reaction. This video, honestly, it stressed me out a little bit because I'm a father of a preteen, 2 daughters. So I constantly think about my decisions as a man and who I decided to choose for the mother of my children. All my fault. That's the blame. I take all of that, and I just be hoping that I'll stay far away from situations like this where your child follows, like, this might be a specific group of men, but it's like Corey, is it Holcomb? Corey Holcomb talked about it, but it was kind of like in a in an aggressive way. But it's like, if you are afraid of your daughter turning into what the mother was, if you are afraid of your daughter becoming the same thing that the mother was, that's when it, in my opinion, it gets tricky. Let's get into the video and let me stop talking, because it was triggering and it made me roll a blunt.
Why is an argument? What are you talking about? This is a big deal. She's 16 years old talking about she's pregnant. She's not even out of high school yet. She gonna be. And look, I don't need all this pressure right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that.
You're not even here. What pressure?
What are you talking about? I am here. I work. I work 12 hours a day to put a roof over your head. But you never here. You over there with somebody else. Now you bringing back something in the oven. Come on now.
So her being nonchalant like that, it's kind of a telling sign, because I try not to pick a situation apart. But clearly this is a situation where dad, like you said, he's working 12 hours, and then you got mom. Mom looks like she can live whatever lifestyle that she likes to. She dresses nice. She dresses with a lot of cleavage out. Probably to the point where dad probably liked it, but he probably didn't like it enough to want the woman. Let's say he wifed the woman, right? And he may have enjoyed the way she dressed, and I'm not saying this is correct, but he may have enjoyed the way she dressed, but he may not want that as she gets older. He may not want his daughter to view women as that. He may have felt like she was going to make a drastic change by the time she became a mother. Some women do. I had to check to see if my mic was working. But maybe he felt like she would have a drastic change in clothing or some sense like that. Because now he's running into a situation where the father, he can easily feel isolated in this scenario, to where a daughter don't really come to you about anything. Daughters, mothers, I get it. But then it's so many secrets that now my child doesn't really seem like or look like my child anymore. It's more of your child. I understand why a lot of niggas actually start carrying themselves that way. And then women try to play victim. Oh my gosh, he been doing to my child, he ain't been talking to her. But you single-handedly alienated that child against the other mother, against the other parent. Not the other mother, against the other parent. Typically the father in this scenario. And it just doesn't play out well, because now you got a father that's ready to disown a child, that's about to have another child, and then now you got this 16-year-old that because of the sacrifices that he had to make, he may not have been able to be there, in the forefront of his parenting with his kids. And that can be extremely hurtful in a lot of scenarios for a lot of fathers, because what's the point if I can't be there? And it's a lot of giving up. And like I said, this video was kind of triggering. It made me want to talk about it. The mother of my children sent me this video. Shout out to her, big headed.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny. You out there with him too. You acting like you young too.
What you mean?
That's why she running around here like that. Cause you.
Dang. Okay, so we gonna have to run back through it, but not how she came at her dad though. And that's what I'm saying. I said I talked to my mom about this before we run through the whole thing again. I talked to my mom about this. It was my mom felt like we were. Like the generations that were coming up after me, they weren't taught how to stay out of grown folk business. We stopped knocking kids in the mouth for always commenting on grown folk business. When nobody talking to you, why are you in the room? Why are you in here? Why are you in my face? Why are you breathing underneath me while I'm having another conversation with a grown-ass individual? We stopped knocking kids in the mouth for that. Like, it's some stuff that need to come back. Kids stand in their own place. I don't know how old you are. Don't say you're not grown. It's so beautiful how life plays a hand on someone. You gotta remain humble. You gotta remain calm. You gotta go with the webs and the highs and lows of life. And you can't get too high. It's like you can carry a confidence, but It can't be like an ugly cockiness. You will be humbled. You will be humbled. And it's like, she might think this is cute, but let's say everything is coming out of his pocket and he decides to remove himself. That's what I'm saying. What, in 2 years is that child, you know what I'm saying? She don't want to listen to nobody. That child gonna be 18. 2 years. Now, I don't have to be with your trashy mama no more, and I don't have to pay anything towards for you anymore. You're considered an adult. That's what that situation can turn into very, 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 very fast.
Why is an argument? What are you talking about? This is a big deal. She's 16 years old, talking about she pregnant. She's not even out of high school yet. She gonna be. And look, I don't need all this pressure right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that.
You're not even here. What pressure?
What are you talking about? I am here. I work. I work 12 hours a day to put a roof over your head. But you never here. You over there with somebody else. Now you bring it back something in the oven. Come on now.
First of all, it's not even that serious.
Oh, so it's funny. Funny now. It's funny.
Means nothing. That's what I'm saying. I think it's crazy because I really feel like we might not be able to speak to our children about our past in its whole entirety. I notice, because then some of your children are literally going to use, like, they're not going to use it like something that they learned. They're going to say, well, you did it, that's why I did it. Not going to take the lessons that you learned from it. They're just going to want to try it themselves. And as a man, as a young man, as speaking to my siblings, be an individual who builds wisdom, who builds their knowledge and their wisdom from other people's mistakes. Try, and with all your might, me being as old as I am now, big brother, try with all your might to learn from other people's mistakes, and you don't have to do them. And you can literally look at somebody else's life, you see they tell you that you hear the mistakes that they made, and you're like, I'm not doing that, I'm gonna go the opposite direction. If you can do that, you can win a lot at life.
I didn't never think it was gonna be like that, but that's how it is. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like dealt that hand, like dealt that hand, so I'm playing my cards.
16 years ago, what you mean?
But that don't mean for everybody, every generation keep doing the same thing over and over. We're not gonna do that. Okay, do you even know who the father is?
And she don't know who the dad is. Maybe I need to find that Jezebel video, because that spirit can pass down from generation to generation, and it sucks to be a father of a situation like this. But Jezebel spirit can live in men also, but predominantly women, but it can travel from generation to generation. So it's something to look out for. That's why it's crazy how literally it's been such a fight, from the understanding of how sexual energy should be used.
See, look at you.
You know who our baby daddy is.
Have you even made a first appointment?
Of course you made. We got it under control.
Oh, you got it under control.
It's under control.
You don't even know.
I just gotta get my phone. Get my phone. You know how I am. I can't remember if
I learned a lot from my mother. I learned a great amount from my mother talking, and I learned more from her. I learned more from the talks that I had. I learned a lot. Okay, let me rephrase. Let me say this again. I learned a good amount from what my mother did say. I learned 100 times more from the conversations I didn't have from her, and what I was able to observe from watching her and what she didn't say. I learned a whole lot more, right? The understanding of teaching a young kid as early as 5, 6, 7, some of the early ways of life, then when they're 9, 10, 11, 12, they can start implementing some of these things. We're giving too much leeway to young teenagers that will soon be adults that we want to treat like adults. If that makes sense, we have them on this leash, on this rope, and always in a distance enough to help, but they never fully understand how to do it themselves. That's when we start failing as parents, because we need our children to know more than what we did, not less. And that's why parents, you have to work on always bettering yourself and not, in a sense, plateauing when it comes to your education, because your children are always going to look for you from some kind of information, whether it's for life or whether it's actual information that they feel like you're well versed on. But to have a young child that doesn't have to take responsibility, and then they become an adult, and then they think that their parent is still going to take the responsibility. They don't learn that their parent can pull the plug at any time, and they never learn to really do things on their own. And that's very detrimental to a lot of the young individuals in our African American demographic. It seems like we kick our kids out too early without really teaching them anything, and that's the key part, never really teaching them anything from an early age. I don't know if I posted my last video, but it was like, we have issues. It's the parents not being able to read. It's the kids not being able to read, and their parents. I don't know if you heard me say that in the video before, but I definitely spoke on that, and that's real. You got parents that don't like to read. They don't even know how to read. They probably don't. I remember being in middle school and elementary school and honestly struggling because I hated reading with books like Harry Potter. Eventually, I got to the point where I was opening up and trying to read the book myself, but it was because I gained the confidence. I didn't even start like reading until I was an adult. But that's the thing. That's why I'm like, teach it to your child young, so then they grow up doing it and they don't think it's some kind of punishment.
Are you even ready to be a mother? Are you ready to be a mother?
Are you ready to be a mother? Her mother's gonna help her.
What? Look, I've been a father for how long? 16, 17? What you mean?
How is you even talking to her like this?
Listen.
Where's your compassion? Where's your...
The way you acting like you don't care.
Stay gone from the house, or do my brother be working?
Yes, taking care of the bills. Yes. Yes.
It is what it is. She's pregnant.
The condescending disrespect. I don't be knowing if these are sketches or not, but like I said, I was just telling my dad, I gotta watch. You definitely gotta watch it. It don't really affect me yet. I still be having plenty commentary about it, but I really don't be giving a fuck. Watch what you still gotta watch what you view. You still gotta watch and monitor what you listen to and what you watch with your eyes, because a lot of stuff, it'll make you feel some type of way, and it will start burning your soul. I said that in the video, but probably not as calmly as this. And some stuff that's gonna burn inside of your soul. You gotta learn how to not respond, and then rebuke the energy, and then cleanse yourself, because it's like some stuff, it don't even be worth the energy some of us put into it.
We got appointments too, Jeff. Why is you recording?
Yeah, no, it's not lame. It needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? People need to see this. I gotta deal with this.
You don't have nothing to say about it, are you?
But that is something y'all just have to deal with. You don't know half of what you...
The reason why I feel like this could be kind of like a troll is because the disrespect that they throw in this man's way for paying bills, unless he don't pay the bills and he just say he at work. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how they implying. That's making me feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? I make shit move and shake around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want to act like I don't, do that shit by yourself. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That's over with. Last point. I made this point a couple times. I understand when a generation or a family or a father or a mother or a couple, when they get it together and then they learn this is the path that we need to stay. Having a child shy away from your protection, I can understand how detrimental it can be, but then realizing if we don't catch some of our kids early, by age like 10 to 12, we end up losing them for 10 years apparently, and then we get them back. It was kind of like a study that was done on it. It was just like, if you don't catch your child by the preteen age, you stand a high chance of losing out on them until they're older and they realize that life is not as nice to them as they thought. And then at that point, now their knowledge of life is wisdom, but you know what I'm saying, it's because they had to directly go through it. And I don't want to say some of these changes are extremely detrimental, but they are. We can't say that, like, we could say God forgives you, cool, right? But the way that people associate themselves with God and how he's supposed to just make everything better after you made a mistake, after you probably didn't listen to him, after you probably didn't listen to the signs, I find that very interesting. I kind of find it two-faced at the same time. Growing up Christian, it's a lot of things that I probably felt like I was being two-faced with being a Christian and kind of living a certain way or having a certain attitude towards individuals that I felt because of what I was studying were sinning. That I'm saying, it's a completely different energy now. So I was just like, nah, if I feel like that shit is evil, it's evil. I just don't want it around me. The light is where I would like to remain. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in telling lies. You get to a certain age, it's like, lie for what? Fuck you. I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying? Shit. All I have is truth in me. It's just like certain individuals ask you a question, and it's just all I know how to do is give you the honest answer. And hopefully you learn something from it. And what I'm learning with my oldest is that sometimes it feels like she's not listening. Only time will tell if she really is, but a lot of the time I'm just like, I pray I don't have to go through, what I hear about. But then you see what your child can develop into, and it can start making you feel some type of way, or hopefully some dudes make moves, some dudes can't. But I'm saying that's why I continue to just work every day and wake up and try to better myself and do 1% better on YouTube every single day, because I'm not interested in losing my child. This is what I gotta do for the extra little bread to get myself up out of the crevices of the ratchetness of the ratchet. Then that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm not about to lose my daughter because of the area that I decided to live in, because I decided not to work hard and decided not to work hard, my hardest, and push myself and become a better man and actually go out there and make that money that's possible. I'm not into the sucker mindset that the money is hard to go get. I'm not into the mindset of life is happening to me. I'm more inside the mindset of I make life happen. So repeat after me. I make life happen. Life does not happen to me. I make life happen. Life does not happen to me. But it's a triggering video. Sorry for the long rant, but God is good. I'm out.